Popeye and Ratatouille, Spinach Feast. In the bustling town of Marseille, where the aroma of delicious food filled the air, there was a strange and mysterious occurrence. The famous spinach fields near the town, which were known for producing the most succulent and powerful spinach in all the land, had suddenly started to disappear. One day, there were lush fields of spinach as far as the eye could see, and the next, large patches were completely gone. The farmers were in despair, and the townspeople were worried. Popeye, the strong-armed sailor with his trademark pipe and love for spinach, had heard about this strange event. He had just finished a long sea voyage and decided to come to Marseille to investigate. Popeye believed that without the spinach, his strength would fade, and he wouldn't be able to fight off the bad guys like Bluto. Meanwhile, in the sewers beneath the town, Remy, the little rat with a passion for cooking, was also aware of the spinach disappearance. Remy was always on the lookout for the best ingredients to create his culinary masterpieces. He knew that the missing spinach was not only a problem for Popeye but also a big loss for the town's cuisine. One day, Popeye was wandering around the empty spinach fields, scratching his head in confusion. Suddenly, he heard a strange noise coming from a large hole in the ground. He bent down and peeked inside, and to his surprise, he saw Remy scurrying around. Popeye let out a loud, "Well, blow me down," and grabbed Remy by the tail. Remy was terrified. He started chattering in a high-pitched voice, trying to explain that he was not the one stealing the spinach. Popeye, being a bit skeptical at first, listened to Remy's story. Remy told Popeye that he and his rat friends had noticed strange figures sneaking around the fields at night. They were trying to find out who was responsible too. Popeye decided to team up with Remy. They set up a trap in the spinach fields one night. They hid behind some large barrels and waited patiently. As the clock struck midnight, a group of shadowy figures emerged from the forest. They were a gang of bandits led by a mean-looking guy named Blackbeard. Blackbeard had heard about the special properties of the spinach and wanted to steal it all to sell it on the black market. The bandits started to load the spinach onto their carts. Popeye couldn't stand it anymore. He popped open a can of spinach and chugged it down. His muscles bulged and he leaped out from behind the barrels, shouting, "You scurvy dogs! Leave that spinach alone!" The bandits were startled but quickly recovered. They charged at Popeye, but he easily knocked them down one by one with his powerful punches. Remy, not to be left out, used his cooking skills to create a large pot of hot ratatouille. He threw it at the bandits, and the hot and spicy stew made them run away in pain. After the battle, Popeye and Remy managed to save most of the remaining spinach. The farmers were overjoyed and thanked them both. Popeye realized that Remy was not just a little rat but a brave and resourceful friend. Remy, on the other hand, was excited because he now had a new friend who could protect him. He also knew that with the spinach back in the town, he could create even more amazing dishes. As days passed, Popeye and Remy became inseparable. They worked together to make sure the spinach fields were safe. Popeye would stand guard during the day, and Remy and his rat friends would keep an eye on things at night. One day, Bluto, Popeye's archenemy, heard about the spinach fields in Marseille. He thought it would be a great opportunity to steal all the spinach and weaken Popeye. Bluto arrived in Marseille with a large group of his thugs. When Popeye heard that Bluto was in town, he got ready for a fight. He and Remy came up with a plan. Remy used his knowledge of the town's sewers to set up a series of traps. When Bluto and his thugs entered the spinach fields, they were met with a series of surprises. First, they stepped on some slippery ratatouille that Remy had spread on the ground. Then, Popeye jumped out from a hiding place and started punching Bluto and his thugs. Bluto tried to fight back, but Popeye, with the power of spinach coursing through his veins, was too strong. In the end, Bluto and his thugs were defeated and ran away with their tails between their legs. The spinach fields were once again safe, and the town of Marseille celebrated. Popeye and Remy had proven that even though they were from different worlds, they could work together to solve problems. Their friendship grew stronger, and they continued to protect the spinach fields and make the town a better place. This story teaches us that friendship has no boundaries. Whether you're a tough sailor like Popeye or a little rat with big dreams like Remy, when you come together with a common goal, you can overcome any obstacle. Also, it shows that we should always protect the things that are important to us, like the spinach in this story, because they give us the strength and the means to live our lives to the fullest.